Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Bohan. Today we are going to doing another scenario on the Let's Defend platform. The scenario we're going to work on today is SOC109 Emotet malware detected. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is to expanding it and to see some details. So we see that this is a doc file and it shows on the device actions, it shows cleaned, and on this host name is Richard PRD from this IP address. So it detected on March 22, 2021, 9:06 p.m. and it is in this zip file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to assign this to myself. So take ownership. So after I take the ownership, this scenario will be going to the investigation channel. So what I'm going to do is to starting to investigate this case. So I will have to create a case for myself. And so on the Let's Defend platform, there's a playbook you can use. So I'm just going to start the playbook. And this is a malware playbook, so they have different scenarios. So some scenarios such as phishing, you will get different playbooks. So once we have this malware playbook, we can just start into the investigation. So so let me download this zip file first, so I can then I can start into investigating. So we have this file over here. So I got a Windows. I think it might be better use Linux Kali because the Defender on the Windows machine always deletes malwares. So I just prefer to use Kali for doing this kind of stuff. So once you have Kali opened, we can just open the browser and download this file. So it should be a pretty quick scenario since this one is Emotet is pretty well known malware, so we can just potentially utilize VirusTotal or hyper analysis to doing some basic analysis on this case. So I'm going to copy paste my password. So security ninja and password. Okay, so it is downloaded. So the first thing I'm going to do is to copy it to the desktop, and let's just going through this scenario very quick so we can going back. We know that you want to select the threat indicators. So let's why not we just try to open it first and see what is inside. So we can open this with the defected with infected password. So we can extract here. So this is our file, and we don't want to open it. We can just upload it to the VirusTotal because we want to doing some analysis on there. So or we can just get the we can just get the hash, just submit the metadata to the VirusTotal, so that way it will be faster, and it will be if you have some sensitive information you do not want to share with VirusTotal, this is really good way to avoid that. So So we can just submit the hash value to the VirusTotal, right? So we can search for the hash. And then we can also use like something like hyper analysis. It does not return the results to me, so it's getting slow. Report search. So on the VirusTotal, we have this. It's micro unopened, so this is exactly what we are looking for. We are looking for one word.doc. We can find this report on the hyper analysis. So I'm not sure why the VirusTotal today does not give me back the results. Yeah, so you got this 40 security vendor flagged this as malicious. So, and we got this file over here. It is different name, but we know that this is like PowerShell trying to executing some encoded PowerShell in the micro file. And if we're going back to our hyper analysis, we see that yeah, so this one is definitely malicious. So because we just got so many like flags on the VirusTotal and the hyper analysis. So we can do what we can do at here is that we can going back to our let's defend platform, and we can just say define threat indicator. So I'm not exactly sure what this actually asking for, but maybe it's asking for like why this is malicious or why this is like a threat. I mean, I just choose others because we got the VirusTotal flagged it. So check if the malware is quarantined or cleaned. So you want to check on the log management and the endpoint security. So we have the Reacher PRD over here. So Reacher PRD, we can search for on the host. Reacher PRD. Why not we just search for the source IP? I think that is what exactly actually looking at. So we got Reacher PRD, and this host is not contained, but we got this malware on this host, so we want to request a containment so that it will be contained. So we know that now this one has already been contained, and by looking at the browser history, we didn't see anything on here. So maybe we want to look at the network connections. We got a bunch of network connection process lists, so juicy potatoes. So there's definitely something going on this machine. So we also got the excel.exe, some juicy potatoes. If you don't know what juicy potato is, basically it is a privilege escalation tool on the Windows machine. So we got Outlook.exe as well, Notepad, and we got CCSV CHSTESE. So we have already asking for the containment, and we can also looking for this specific IP address, what kind of outbound traffic it is connecting to. So we see that we have the proxy over here that is coming from the source IP address, which is our Richard PRD, is connecting to this remote IP address. And this is some internal communication. So it is blocked. So I'm not exactly sure why, but it is blocked. So and all this is like in a February. So so this platform sometimes it has some like a time is not exactly matched with what we're looking for, but check if the malware is quarantined or cleaned. So since we have already requested the containment, so we can choose yes. And the analysis the malware, you can use free product service now, product services below. So we have already we have already done analyzed on the micro. So it is on the virus total, it is malicious for sure. We see that this one is, I think there's another hashes. I want to see if it is actually same thing. So I'm going to search for this one. Just double check. Yeah, we got same results. So this one, it is it is like trying to communicate with all these malicious IP address and domains, and it is trying to so all these are malicious domains. Potentially see if you got this stuff like this behaviors. So we have some behavior analysis. File dropped. Those are the file dropped. So this is like all this stuff. This thing is created, and we got this community scan. Emotet maldoc. So we got this. Once this file opened, it will executing a PowerShell in the encoded format, and potentially it is doing some malicious stuff, I think. So this PowerShell is like you don't necessarily need to like actually going to if you really want to, you can. I mean, like you can go into CyberChief and trying to see if you can decode it, but most time like if you just in a SOC, like you just see if it is malicious. If it is malicious, you're sending out alerts. So you don't necessarily need to decode it, but we can see that once we decode this, we can remove. I think we can remove all this. What's that? We remove the no bytes. So we got this. We got this obfuscated PowerShell over here. So so this is what actually the PowerShell is trying to communicate with some sort of HTTP remote C2 server. So we can see we have this HTTP over here. It's being concatenated together. So it's trying to do some obfuscation. So this is like a domain for C OLLINSATHL. So it is trying to doing something, and it is on wp-admin/i http and get. Yes, this is like some stuff. Like we know that it is malicious because all of this is like HTTP remote URL is this file is trying to connect into. So it's trying to make some C2 communication, And once this thing is being contacted, it will be trying to download some malicious payloads to the Windows machine. So all this thing is like trying to executing this file. This is like what we know so far. So if we're going back to the VirusTotal, we can see they have this C2. It has already been extracted for us. So this is IOC. We need to put it into our report. So they already did it, but we got this one as well. So this one is from the hyper analysis, so it might be different compared to the one we had before. So for this one, it is the same hash, but let me see if it is same hash. D4387. Yeah, it is malicious, like same hashes. So malicious indicators, anti-detection, stealthy, network connections. So exactly same same remote URL as we see in the VirusTotal. We have this Fort calling this really weird WordPress website. So this is exactly is matched over here. So that is no problem. AV detections, and we got this SHA 256 as well, and we got some bunch of C2 we see early. If we scroll down, this is like more C2. This file is trying to communicate, and we got some hashes over here. So we got this malicious artifacts saying in the context of different hosts. So this is basically different C2 domains. So we got some unusual characters. So we got some keyword document open. So if you don't know what document open is, basically it is like automatically open. Just run that PowerShell automatically once the user click the enable the macro in the Word file. So document analysis contacted a domain. So this is like a micro file. Once it opens, it trying to download more payloads to the machine from the remote C2 server. It's hiding on one malicious indicators. So network related external system, anti-reverse engineer. So this one is not necessarily that important. So all we need to know is to looking for this malicious indicators. So we have some anti detections. We got some external system being flagged as malicious. So this is most likely from VirusTotal, and we got this spawn new processes. Get file from web server, right? Yeah, so this is definitely malicious because trying to download files, trying to download more malicious payload to the Windows server. So going back to the our case, so we know that it is malicious, definitely. So we can collecting some MD5 hash. We can just say MD5 hash we found over here. So we can just copy paste it very quick, and it is over here, and it is like just MD5 hash. We don't have to make a comment on it. So URL address. So there's a lot of different URL address we can actually use, but in this case we can just give some like some URL from the VirusTotal. because this is basically the same stuff, like same domains. So this is like already being obfuscated URL, so you can just put in there. So we can just put in here, and yeah, just pretty easy. So you just put in here, and you just basically copy paste from the wiki. So you just copy paste all of it over here, and this is like just copy paste couple like say two domains over there, and there are definitely a lot more. So I'm not trying to. I might just copy couple more because time constraint. I don't want to waste you guys time, so I'm just gonna like copy more. So you guys get the idea. So just need to copy paste. Collecting some artifacts and to construct a report, and maybe just also copy couple like IP address. So we got some IP address over here in the, I think it's in the Malware Analysis. We got some. Yeah, so you pretty much you just like. So this is all the HTTP requests is being made, and you just copy paste a couple like IP address in your report, and you know that this is, you got the idea, right? So you just copy paste some of it. So so we can go into the next and check if someone requested a C2. So we can go into the log management like we did before, and our source address is 197 172.116.17.45. So we actually we wanna like search for that one. We might wanna search for that one as our. Just search for the source address. So we got this remote address as our C2. Seems like it's trying to doing some communications. But we can always search on the VirusTotal to see if it is malicious. So we can also use URL host. We can search for this IP. This IP is coming back clean, but if you go into the log management, they have all this IP in there, so you can actually just like search for all this IP address. So this is like this firewall activities, and so you got this file. This is like kind of suspicious, I say, but this is like January 31st. This is not exactly matches with what we see in our timeline, so I would say I would choose no, because we didn't exactly see that this event is actually happens at March 22, but our outbound traffic is back to the January 31st, we didn't see anything on the March 22. So I intend to mark it as didn't communicate with the C2 server, so we can choose OK, and we can choose completed. So we can like close the alert, true positive. So it is confirmed malicious Emotet. Just confirm the malicious Emotet maldoc, right? Internal host has been concerned. You can just say something like this, right? So just to make it internal host has been contained. I didn't spell it right. Pretty often at spelling. So I think I have to like just spell it right? So shoot. Emotet malware. So this is like an Emotet malware. So but you can like use some tools such as tools like OLE dump to analyze the macro, but in this case I'm just gonna doing it very quick. So just rely on the public already available research. So I'm just gonna close the alert and I can see my results over here. So I got all correct. So it is actually true positive. It is quarantined, so I quarantined it. So I just gave 2 points. Is it malicious? Yes, it is. Is there access to malicious address? There is no address, no malicious contact, as we checked in the log management. And that is for today. Thank you guys for watching for these videos, and hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys.